So again, I am going to start about the compiler design. And so far, many of the things we have already discussed with you. But in one more, I will engage one more lecture, and I will finish this unit number 2. Okay, in the compiler design. So just to clear, there are few things you can easily understand those, and again we are going to concentrate over that. We will do more practice. Now we are considering one of the grammar. Here consider the grammar. Here it is given as capital S, it is given is equal to small a, capital B, small e. Okay, and then this is different one. Capital A, the value is given here capital A B C slash B. Okay, we can call this as OR. Okay, this string is separate. Okay, again we will start from capital A. So this is different, and third one is this. Okay, now you can see here S is given, the value of S is given here small a, capital B, small e. Okay, then value of capital A arrow, we can choose either, or we can replace this value instead of capital A. Okay, we will replace as per our need. Okay, we will replace, we can use these value as per the requirement, or what type of output we want. And in the hit and trial method, we can replace these values so that we can get the appropriate result. Okay, to collect the appropriate result, we can replace the strings given or provided in the grammar. Okay, so this is the given grammar here. This is one of the example. You can say the problem here. Consider the grammar as we can use up to here small a, capital B, E, small e. Okay, then capital A we can replace by capital A B C, or by small b only. Okay, this is or sign. Okay, either we can use this total string or single this character P. Okay, clear? Then capital B we can replace by small d. Okay, as per our need. Now you can see the sentence to be recognized is A, B, B, C, D, E. Okay, so this is given in the problem. This is the given grammar, and this is the sentence. Okay, now you can see in the next slide. Now we want to reduce this because we want to collect the appropriate result, which is A, B, B, C, D, E. Okay, this one. Okay, how we will reduce this? Now we can see here. First, we will write reduction leftmost. Okay, rightmost derivation. Now we have A, B, B, C, D, E. Again, you can see A, B, B, C, D, E. Okay. Now using this, we want to achieve this one. Okay. Just we are going to reduce this string, and we want to achieve this one, capital S. Okay. Now, in what manner we will proceed so that we can get this value? So this is called the reduction. Okay. Just we are using this expression or this string, and by using this string and also this grammar, we will use this grammar, and we are going to reduce this expression to this. Okay, so this is the big string or a string, and we want to reduce up to capital S. Okay, now see in the next slide, we are going to reduce a b b c d e already given. Okay, we want to achieve S, capital S. Okay, and capital S is given as small a, capital B, small e. Now we can proceed on both sides. We have capital S is equal to, first you concentrate over this. Capital S is given AABE. Okay. Now whether we can achieve this value or not, first we will concentrate over this. Okay. How we will achieve this value? A, B, B, C, D, E. Okay. Then see here, this is small a, capital B, small e. This is given already in the problem. Now we start to replace the value. Just we are replacing B by D. It is already given. Okay. This is the problem. We are going to replace capital B by small d. Okay, and just we are writing again E. So it becomes A, capital A, D, E. Why we are going to replace capital B by D? Because there is a need of D finally. Okay, so that's why it is necessary. We have to change this value, and this is already given in the problem. You can see yourself in the problem, it is already given. You can replace P by D as per need. You can replace, either you can choose B or capital ABC in place of A. So in place of capital A, either you can replace capital A by capital ABC or by B, as per need, as per requirement. Okay. So from the grammar, you can choose any value. Now we have this one, and we want to reduce this. Now you can see here how you are going to get this. Now again you can see A. Now we have here replacing A by this capital A by capital ABC. Okay, and we are writing DE in the same fashion. Okay, this is DE, and we are going to replace capital A by capital A, because we have the both option. We can replace this A by capital A small bc, or simply by simple small b. So we have two options there of A, because we want to get this one. So we will change this one by capital ABC. Okay, again A. Now you can see we are going to replace this capital A by B. Okay, now we will choose again another option, and we can replace this value. Okay, so ultimately we will get this final value. Okay, now this is called the rightmost derivation. Okay, you started from the given grammar, this one as AABE. Okay, S is equal to AABE, and by using the given grammar, you are able to get this one. Okay, you are able to get this one by using this grammar. Okay, now you can see in case of the reduction, you can also reduce the same. Finally, we have this string A, B, B, C, D, E. Okay, just we are putting here A, B, B, C, D, E. So whether we are able to reduce this, okay, here you are electing, okay, and here you are going to reduce this. So A, B, B, C, D, E, this is your final string, and just you are trying to replace few values so that you are able to achieve this one. Okay, if you are able to achieve this one, then you can see you are reducing in proper manner, okay, in proper way by using the given grammar. If you are unable to reduce the given string and you are unable to achieve this final value of the given grammar, then we can say our given grammar is faulty. Okay, so here you are going to try this B B C D E. Okay, then you are replacing here, you can see A by A, and what you are doing, this B, okay, this B you are replacing by capital A, okay, this B you are going to replace by capital A. You can see here, now you are going to write again B C, same B C D E. Now you will use again the another option of A B C. Okay, this is given in the block letters A B C. You are going to replace again by capital A. Okay, so write again small a, and this capital ABC by capital A, and write DE in the same way. Okay, so you are reducing your string. Okay, then again you can see here you can replace small d by capital B. Okay, so again write A, again write capital A, and D, this you can replace by B, capital B, so that you can write here capital B. Again you can write E as it is. Okay, now you are getting small a, capital B, small e. And what is this? This is capital S. Okay. Now you have already seen here, we are able to achieve whether we will start from the given grammar. Okay. Then we can achieve the final string, or the final string whenever we are going to reduce that, then we are able to achieve the single node, that is capital S. Okay, and we are able to do that. Okay, and we are achieving capital S. It means the given grammar is not faulty, it is okay. Okay, so if we will draw the syntax tree in this case, then we will achieve only the single syntax tree, that is unambiguous. Okay, unambiguity in the given grammar. So the reduction trace out the rightmost derivation in reverse. So we are doing it in both forms, that is in the reduction leftmost or rightmost derivation. So these are called the rightmost derivation. You can see if you will start from the top node, that is from the S, and if you are able to get the proper output what you need, or whatever given mentioned in the problem. Okay, so you are starting with the given grammar in the problem and you are able to get this. Okay, then this is called the rightmost derivation. And if first you are writing directly the output, directly the given string, okay, and just you are going to replace, you are playing the game of replacing the thing, okay, just you are going to reduce that, then this is called the reduction leftmost. Okay, so you have already seen this. In both ways you can attempt the problem and you will get the same answer. Okay, now what is the handles? A handle of a string is a substring. Just you are going to break various strings from a given string. So a handle of a string is a substring that match the right side of a production. Okay. So if there is a matching from the right side, just if you are going to divide your big string into small ones, and if the right side of the production match with your substring, then it is called the handle. Okay, and whose reduction to the non-terminal on the left side of the production represent one step along the reverse of a rightmost derivation. Just you can see in the preceding case. Okay, in the preceding slide, you have seen the same. Okay, in the preceding slide, just you have seen the same thing. You are either you can start from this side. Okay, that is called the rightmost derivation, and you are able to achieve the output. And if you are starting from the output and just you are replacing few values and you are able to achieve that particular grammar, then we can say that this is called the reduction leftmost and rightmost derivation. So here just you are going to break. Okay, so this is the big one string and just you are here breaking again and again. Okay, so such type of things are called the handles. Okay, just you are applying the procedure here. So such type of substrings are called the handles. Okay, so at the end you will get the non-terminal symbol or the terminal symbol. Okay, so whenever you will do in one step. Okay, if we are going to break our string into substrings, then we can say we are moving towards one step. Okay, so here in the preceding case we are doing, or we can dividing into several steps. So this is step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. Okay, similarly in this case also. So these are the various steps involved to achieve this output, various steps involved to reduce this one. Okay, so these are called the various steps. So if we are moving or running or doing one step, then this is called the substring. Okay, this is called the substring because we are getting this string from this one either by replacing or breaking. So this one is called the substring of this. Okay, because we are getting this, we are achieving this string from this one. Okay, so this is called the handle. Okay, so this is the procedure. What is the handle? Now we are considering an example for that. Consider the grammar. Here again the grammar is given. E, it may be equal to E plus E. Okay, and we can replace this as per need, as per requirement. Again they are saying given in the grammar, this is not our story but this is mentioned in the grammar. Okay, so we have to follow the given grammar for doing or for solving particular problem. Okay, so this grammar changes as per problem. Okay, here I'm mentioning E is equal to, or we can say arrow E star E. It means if there is a need of this expression, either we can break into E plus E or we can replace this as E star E. Okay, this is, this will depend on the output what we want to achieve. Okay, or we can put this expression, we can also write this expression into braces. Okay, E, we can again writing the same expression but here we are using the braces, brackets here. Why we are using? Because sometimes there is a need arise to provide the priority. Okay, we can use the precedence, we can use the priority. Okay, you are already aware, learn the Bodmas rule, how you are going to provide the priority. Okay, to which operator you will provide the more priority. So here the grammar is given. E we can replace by E plus E or E star E or bracket, we can put a bracket to the E. Okay, and last one is the E we can replace by identifier ID and the input string. This is called the input string and this is already given in the problem. Okay, no need to remember this, but this is a sort of problem and this is the grammar which is already available in the problem given, and this is the input string id1 plus id2 star id3 means multiplication to each other, id2 and id3. So this is the input string and this is the given grammar. Now we will try to solve that rightmost derivation. Rightmost derivation. So rightmost derivation, this one. Okay, e we have from the problem, our problem mentioned already, e plus e. Okay, we are using here e, we are replacing by e plus e. Okay, come in the second step, e, just this e you can write simple one, e plus plus sign, replace this e by e star e. Okay, this is already given. We can replace either by e plus e or either by e star e as per need. Now we are writing the same, plus we are replacing this e by e star e. Okay, but why we are dividing this into e plus e and e star e? We will proceed as per our need. Okay, we will proceed as per input string. Okay, here this is plus 1, so we will divide our expression into e plus e, and then this is id2 into id3, so we will use again e star e, otherwise we will never achieve this input string. Okay, so we will replace, we will use the above grammar as per our need. Okay, as per the given input string. Now e, you are again writing this, again you can write this and replace this e by id3, already given. You are not doing yourself, but here it is given, e you can replace by id. Okay, so now here you can replace by this e id3. Okay, here you can replace by any identifier, because in the input string it is given id3. So first we will replace this e by id3. Okay, then by id2, then by id1. So as per need, you can replace all those values. Okay, now we can write in place of this e id3. Again, in the next step, we will do only, we can replace only one value in one step. Okay, one value in one step. Again we will write e, e we have already replaced in this step. Again now you can change this value id2. Okay, now you are going to replace id2 star this, e is equal to, here again you can replace id1 plus id2 and id3. So in the above derivation, the underlined substrings are called handles. Okay, now these are called the there are various examples of the handles. Now you can see here, so this one, because here you are replacing this e by e plus e, you are choosing from the given grammar, so this is called the handles. Okay, so the underlined thing is called the handle, just you have moved one step. Okay, again this is handle. Just you are replacing the value, again you are replacing here value, again you are replacing here value, and again here. So the underlined substrings are called the handles. Okay, now it is clear, I hope. Now you can see here, you can see an efficient bottom-up syntax analysis technique that can be used to parse a large class of, here context-free grammar. This is called the CFG, and this is called the LR parsers. LR parser is left to right parsing. Okay, we will always use during the scanning from, we will start the scanning from left to right here. Okay, so an efficient bottom up, we are using the bottom up method of the syntax analysis technique that can be used to parse a large class of CFG, context free grammar. CFG is the context free grammar. Okay, is called LR parsing. The L is for left to right scanning, okay, of the input. So whenever we have some input, we have the source program, then the scanning will start from left to right. Okay, so the R for constructing a rightmost derivation, R is used for constructing rightmost derivation in reverse, and k for the number of input symbols. So k here is variable. It will depend on the number of inputs. So when k is omitted, it is assumed to be 1. Now there are various advantages of the, we can say, for the parsing. So what we do, it recognizes virtually all programming language constructs for the CFG. Okay, context free grammar. So it recognizes virtually all programming language constructs. Another, it is an efficient non-backtracking shift reduce parsing method. So in this case, we will use the, it is also called the shift reduce parsing method. Okay, a grammar that can be parsed using LR method, left to right method, is a proper superset of a grammar. So that can be parsed with predictive parser. So here we will use the prediction. We already aware. Here we will use the prediction. Okay, so we have to choose either first choice or second choice as per our need. So the prediction we will use in the backtracking mechanism. In the preceding class, you have already studied regarding the backtracking mechanism. If we are unable to get the particular output, then we can replace or we can choose another option. Okay, so we will backtrack, we will return from the initial point, and then we can achieve the proper output by using the another option. So that is called the backtrack mechanism. And the backtrack mechanism we can use in the LR parsing. Okay, left to right parsing, or we can say that shift reduce parsing method. So it detects a syntactic error as soon as possible. So it is easy. This is one of the advantage. Here we can find the syntax error very easily as soon as possible. Drawbacks of LR method. It is too much of work to construct a LR parser by hand for a programming language. A specialized tool called a LR parser generator is needed. Okay, so drawback here is we use another tool that is called the parser generator. Okay, it is too much of work to construct a LR parser. So whenever we are using the LR parser, then we have to use another specialized tool that is called the LR left to right parser generator is needed. So in this case, there is a need of the extra tool. It means this is one of the drawback for the LR method. Okay, example YACC. YACC is one of the example that is called the yet another compiler. So we need one more compiler for that, or we can say one more tool needed to debug our errors. Okay, but in case of the LR method, so we need one more parser generator that is called the LR parser generator. This is another tool which we use to handle the several errors. Okay, so then example is the YACC. YACC stands for yet another compiler. So this is one of the drawbacks because we are going to use another tool for that. Now types of LR parsing method. So these are the types of, just I am simply telling you, SLR, simple LR, because this is not in your course, but I want to explain this because maybe possible in the future you will get more multiple choice questions. So it is necessary to know about the types of LR parsing method. So what are the different types of? First is called the SLR or simple LR, means simple left to right. Okay, simple left to right parser. This is easiest to implement, least powerful. Even though it is least powerful, but it is simple to implement. Another LR parser, canonical LR. It is most powerful, most expensive. Okay. Third one, LALR, look ahead, left to right. Okay. Look ahead, LR parser. This is called the. Another is intermediate in size and cost between the other two methods. So these are the types of LR parsing methods. So first is called the SLR, second is called the CLR, third is called the LALR. Okay. So these are the types of different LR parsing methods and intermediate in size and cost between the other two methods. So the another thing is the operator precedence. So if we are uh, doing the parsing, then sometimes we provide the priority. Okay, so this is called the operator precedence parsing. So operator precedence parsing, it means just we are using this parsing method, and in this parsing method we will apply the precedence, we will apply the priority to the different operators. So an efficient way of constructing shift reduce parser. So whenever we are going to implement the shift reduce parser, is called the operator precedent parsing. Okay, so this is one of the efficient way of constructing shift reduce parser. Okay, so operator precedence, here we will provide the operator precedent, and such type of parser can be constructed from a grammar called operator grammar. These grammars have the property that no production on right hand side is epsilon or has two adjacent non-terminal. So in this case, we cannot have two adjacent non-terminals. Okay, so in this case, we will provide the operator precedence. So this is called the efficient way, one of the efficient method. So top-down parsing without backtracking. So in this case, again, we are not using the backtracking. Backtracking means we are not returning back. Okay, we are just dividing various strings. We will start from the expression, and we will dividing our expression into number of strings and then non-terminals and terminals. But if here we are not getting the proper output, but we are not returning back. Okay, so this is called the top-down parsing without backtrack. Okay, we are not returning back. We are not going to choose another option to get the right output. Okay, so the need for backtracking on failure of production is the fundamental drawback of top-down parsing. In case of the top-down parsing, we cannot return back. Okay, or we cannot use the backtracking method. So it reduces the efficiency of the compiler, even though here the efficiency of the compiler is more as compared to the other case, as compared to the bottom of parsing method. Okay, bottom of parsing method is, it is also called the shift reduce parsing. Okay, in case of the shift reduce parsing, we will use the backtracking mechanism. Okay, if we are unable to get the output, particular output, then we can choose another option, and we will return back. We will return back from that position, and we have to use another option of the grammar. Okay, in the grammar we have already seen that there are number of options are available, and we have to choose accordingly as we want to get the output. So in case of the top down parsing, it is not possible to use the backtrack mechanism. Okay, so in another case, bottom up parsing, we can use this. So we precise indication of the syntax error in order to eliminate backtracking completely. So in this case, we can say it reduces the efficiency of the compiler and increases its cost, and no semantic action can be performed until an input string has been completely passed. Okay, so there are few advantages and disadvantages of each method. Now we can concentrate over one of the problem here. Here it is given the grammar E, we can choose either S plus T, or we can choose 3 minus T. Okay, T here production symbol, it is given either we can choose V, or we can choose V star V, or we can choose V plus V. Okay, here it will come here V. Okay, so V plus V. Here V or V star V or V plus V, or V value of the V is A or B. Okay, and the input string is here is 3 minus A plus B. Now we have to achieve, we have to use this grammar as per need of our input string. Okay, now you can see first we will make the syntax tree. For the first one, E is here divided 3 minus T. Okay, 3, here we can see this. We are going to choose E is here 3 minus T. Okay, 3 minus T, because here it is given 3 minus A. Okay, so we will choose first this option 3 minus T. Okay, so now we can see here, we can draw the syntax tree, 3 operator symbol minus and then T. Okay, and then T we are going to divide as v plus b. Okay, because we want to achieve a plus b. Okay, so we will choose simple single v or v star v, or here is v plus b. Okay, this is v plus b. So you have to choose v plus b. So because we want to get this a plus b. Okay, now you can see here we are replacing v operator symbol v plus b. That is the third option. Okay, then we can replace v by a. Okay, this is the operator symbol, this is b. So ultimately we will get 3 minus a plus b. Okay, so in this fashion we can draw the diagram. Now you can see another option here, E. E, we have the both option S plus T and 3 minus T. Okay, so this is the syntax diagram for the complete expression, complete one. Now S plus T, we have the three options. Either we can choose V or V star V or V plus V. Okay, this is in the given problem. This is V plus V. Okay. So we can choose either S plus T or 3 minus T. So again we have three options. We can choose single V or V star V or V plus V. Okay, now we can write here single V, V star V, V plus V. And again you can see here we have, we can replace V by either A or B. So we have the option, we can choose A or B. Okay, now V, here we can choose either A or B. Similarly, again, we can replace this V by A or B. Again, we have this option A or B. V plus V, again this V, AB, and this V, again AB. Okay, so in this way we can replace this V, AB, and again for this V, AB. Again, you can write in the similar manner the different values of V. Okay, AB, 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 AB. We have the option for each one. Okay, similarly in this case. So this is called the complete syntax diagram for the mentioned in the problem. Okay. So another you can handle, another, this is the grammar. Here again just improving our grammar to avoid or to rewrite the situation. Okay, so in the preceding one we have some problem. So here we have to replace the grammar. We will write in this way: E production symbol S plus T 3 minus T. T here V F, F O P operator V or E. Operator may be minus, plus, star, or B is equal to A or B. Okay. Now there is a need arise to change the grammar, and we have to change the grammar in this way so that we can get or achieve the proper output. Okay. So now you can see just we are choosing 3 minus T here. 3 minus T. So 3 minus T, again you can replace by this T by Vf. Okay, here T you have Vf. Okay, so Vf, because our given string is 3 minus A plus B. Okay, so 3 minus, again we are choosing value of V as A. Okay, F, just we are writing again F. What is F? Again we are next step 3 minus A OPV. Okay. So similarly we can proceed in this manner, and just we will replace the value of OPY plus and V again, next step V. And here we can get our sentential form.